Hey, are you all right?
I told you. I didn't see no deserters. Please, don't kill me.
What? Why?
To send a message, boy. Either we give ourselves up, or these innocents pay the price.
But the only one who could know we survived, and the only one who could send soldiers after us. Oh, come on, let's move. I knew I'd find you here. You were the only one who never went up to the fort itself, after all. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Who would have thought 3 sorry stragglers would make it past a whole unit of assassins?
Bastard! You never intended for anyone to survive. You knew the human would be there.
Naturally. You heard the reports. I only put more bait on the hook. I wasn't expecting that damn thing to be rampaging already.
You sent those soldiers to their deaths. Why?
Because the Kingdom's Guard is powerless before the humans, and only a pile of bodies will prove that to the public.
So someone wants the King's Guard disgraced. And when the people need him most, a savior rises as their shield. Is that your game?
Savior? Speak plain, boy. You think he's one of Luis's men?
A pitiful flock needs its shepherd. If a little blood is what it takes to show them who their real savior is, then that's a price easily paid.
That's why those sons and daughters died. For your savior.
They aren't the first. The soldiers cry for reinforcements, the villagers plead to be spared. But I know better than to confront a human.
A village? You refused. Wait, then you were the one who... 7 years ago. The first Flames Day of June, a village in the northern hills was razed to the ground. A village called Harlia.
Well, yes, that might have been a name.
Then you made a fatal mistake, Klinger. You left one survivor!
Stay back!
Help me!
Ugh. You played right into our hands, you know. This was the only road without checkpoints. A simple deduction.
You're a disgrace to your title. I may not make it out alive, but as for you, you're hopeless!
O thou who art seared with bitterness, O thou anguished traveler, it is time for thou to choose thy path. O lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path, awaken.
What?
What the? Oh, no! I can't fail Lord Luis. Without him, I've got nothing left. You struggle in vain. I won't let you rob me of my glory! This is the way of the real world, little lordling!
You call this real? Leaders abandon their people and the innocent die by their scorn. If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you! My name is Leon Stroll de Halietus. My home and my family were taken from me. I am the last of my house. I am the last of my noble bloodline. And in the name of my people, I will strike you down where you stand!
Come! I'm
will show you a world with honor!
What is this?
Wait, he's got power like yours now? Well, better show him how to use it!
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll not cave to an empty threat like that! This igniter's all I need to turn you to ash! You lot, get to it! Cover me!
So he scampers off to protect himself, and his subordinates get to be his living shields. The man's showing his true colors. I'll fix the filthy coward with the end he deserves.
The igniter's powerful, but it takes care and calculation to wield. If you sense danger, steel your defenses and endure it.
Impossible!
Never expected a commissioned officer would end up a wild-eyed zealot.
How did I do all that? And without an igniter?
Just like him. Who are you two, really?
I'm Leon Stroll. Just a fallen noble from the countryside. Back there, Klinger mentioned a village that was raised by a human. They sent for help, but he abandoned them. Halia was its name. I'm the son of its lord, and now I know what really happened. We sent our fastest riders, but we were doomed from the start. If Luis was behind it, then that's all I need to know. He's the one who'll answer for it. I have my own reason to fight now. I don't want to be an ally of convenience alone, so once more, please, let me join your cause.
What do you say, Grius?
I say keeping an eye on you was too much trouble in the first place.
So you've no objections? What say you, friend?
We're brothers in arms, my friend.
Brothers in... yes. I'll do my best to deserve that honor. Now, onward.
The proud noble, Stroll. Within him dwells the virtue of the warrior. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Did you feel that just now? What's going on? Does it have something to do with that odd magic? Now that I think about it, once you awakened, isn't it weird that Stroll followed not long after? What does this mean? Huh? Wait, what? Hey, where are we? What just happened?
Surprising indeed. Somehow you find yourself here once more. And a fairy. I thought their kind long extinct. Do they yet take refuge in the Elden Sanctum?
Hey! You gonna talk to me or just at me?
We meet again, my friend. Though admittedly sooner than I'd expected. Remarkably, another has awakened. What miracle is this? Yes, that same power now stirs in your companion. Another of the mighty archetypes. Do you recall our discussion earlier about how archetypes are an original form of magic?
Well, more or less.
Consider this. As an elder, you are an outcast of society, yes? Your very identity is a kind of destiny you may defy but not escape. All mortals suffer under the weight of our burdens. But in facing and embracing that anxiety, you make it your innermost power. You find freedom. And so, the lives of those who overcome their hardships and embody the virtues within are passed down as heroic tales. Your companion, too, had his eyes open to his true path and claimed its virtue. That awakening is your doing, you know. He awakened to the archetype that protects you.
Hey, hold on a second! Who even are you? How much do you know? I'm warning you, if you mess with him, you're gonna have to go through me!
Ah, you two share quite a deep connection, don't you?
Well, we didn't always. But now we're partners to the end. We're linked down to the depths of our hearts. Right?
Right.
We trust each other. I've got his back and he's got mine. And that's all there is to it.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. Within her dwells the virtue of the mage. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Hey, wasn't that...
Fascinating. Do you understand what just happened? By connecting with others who have found their resolve, you awaken to new strength. And further, you and all your allies may fight with the strength of any archetype in your circle. As an example, your other companion, the fellow with the eye patch, he seems to have some training and knowledge regarding the wielding of an archetype. By his own account, nothing came of it. Yet if you so desire it, you can awaken the true power within him.
What? You mean Grius could use this power too?
The nature of the Seeker. No. Perhaps it is simply your own nature. You truly are remarkable. If you seek answers, then go and claim them. To reach the lineage of power's greatest potential, you must acquire more archetypes and bring them together. After all, a hero without allies is nothing more than a lone dissenter. To save the many, you must learn to fight with the power of many. Only a champion of the people may awaken the power of heroes, and with it, seize a future of their own making. When next you come to see me, I hope it shall be of your own volition. Open my book, then let your imagination conjure this place anew, as vividly as you can make it. I'm sure that will be enough to reunite us. As long as you walk your path, I shall faithfully watch over you. May we meet again.
What? Where are we?
You two all right there? Looked as if you were in some kind of trance.
Trance? Wait. Have we been here this whole time?
It was strange. As if I felt something in the air. My senses sharpened near tenfold. It reminded me of my old days studying magic.
What? So that wasn't a dream. Grius, that's probably his power. You studied back at the Sanctum, right? I know you couldn't get the hang of it then, but I think we might have just awakened it.
Awakened it? But that... Who are you people? The truth, if you would.
Look, in all honesty, we barely know any more than you do. But the short version is, well, I think you can use that power now.
I think you might be right. The way it feels is... Well, this is magic, eh? I'd all but given up on it, but... Fate had other plans, it seems. Enough. We must move on. There is far to go still. And lad, I follow your lead now, at least when it comes to how we use these skills in battle. We haven't the luxury of time to train with magic.
Same here. You've clearly got a sense for this, and I'd rather make myself useful than muddle your strategies.
We've 5 days until the funeral. That's precious little time, and we'd best not waste it. What is that? It's a crystal. Of Rome Magla. This... Now I remember. They say in the lands beyond mortal reach, great spires of crystal stand. And anyone who might touch them is driven mad.
That's all just superstition though, right? Still, this thing is giving off a really nasty aura.
That's no ordinary monster. Some kind of human?
The way it's moving, it's almost like it's protecting the crystal.
Here it comes!
What is this crystal? By my guess, the monsters were drawn to its aura. We shouldn't leave something so sinister just lying around.
More questions than answers, but there's no time to ponder them. We better move.
Look!
What the? No, stop.
Run! Hurry!
We actually made it out.
And in one piece, no less.
Speak for yourself. I think that shaved a couple years off my life.
Damn storm. Can't afford too many delays, but we'll not be getting far in this torrent. We can make camp tonight, and slip onto a carriage to the capital tomorrow, once we're out of the wastes. We'll have to, if we want to make it in time.
Public carriage seems a bit risky, doesn't it?
Not with all the outsiders flocking in for the funeral. We'll be 3 faces among hundreds.
Lovely. Another carriage ride. Hopefully this one's smoother than the last couple.
Let's just get our camp set up. Somewhere dry, preferably.
Ah, this is so cozy. I feel alive again.
Certainly better than freezing. Reminds me of when I was a child. Back then, I wouldn't have been caught dead out in the wilderness like this. Countryside nobility like us had no fortune to speak of. My parents bowed and smiled for their money, and honestly, I despised them for it. Back then, I thought being a noble was about, I don't know, a life of prestige, being respected. But one spring 7 years ago, our town was attacked by this horrific creature. A human. Though I'd no idea at the time. I was evacuated alongside the servants while the rest of the town burned. I waited for my parents to join us in the shelter, but they would never come. The parents I'd so despised had stayed behind to protect the villagers who couldn't flee.
That must have been hard.
Still, it opened my eyes. It changed everything. It taught me who my parents really were, what it really meant to be a noble. But our town's just rubble now. A footnote in history. The human that destroyed us is all we'll ever be known for. I remember my father petitioning the capital for aid, but no reply came. Even knowing how much of a threat the humans were. Now, I think, what if the army? Well, Luis. What if he's the one who abandoned us? If we were just a pawn in his game, then I will make him pay.
Hey, Grius. We all trust each other now, don't we? I think we can tell him.
Aye. Maybe you're right. I'll admit the lad's sword put me in mind of the past.
Something special about that sword?
Well, we used it to identify the messenger from our faction. But it originally belonged to His Highness. A kingly gift from his father. To better suit His Highness and his keen aptitude for magic, that blade was specially forged, with raw magla folded into the metal. Of course, when swordplay bored him, he'd amuse himself by levitating it or standing atop it to glide about. A royal rascal, that one. Those days were all too short. Then, 12 years ago, it all came crashing down.
I've heard. The prince was attacked, right?
It was a plot on his life. One I wish I'd rooted out sooner. Just like tonight, it was pouring rain.
Your Highness, this way!
Who let these blackguards into the palace? Huh?
My lord, are you hurt?
Back!
A royal knight. A wench and nothing more.
You knave! You know nothing of true knighthood. I pledged my life to the prince, and I'll not lose it to you! Highness!
Don't falter! Give chase!
Stop! They dare harm him! I failed him. Again.
Highness! Highness! What is this? His Highness survived the attack, but the curse hanging over him was powerful and complex. Of all the mage healers in the capital, not one could wake him. And he grew weaker with each passing day. We might lift the curse if we knew the specifics of its formula, but Luis would never give that up. Which leaves but one way. To dispel the curse, its caster must die.
And you're sure Luis is the man you seek?
I saw him in the fray. He was younger then. Younger even than you are now, and shorter besides. I could never mistake him. And now, after spilling the royal blood of father and son both, the people call him not traitor, but savior for his highness, for the king, and for the very future of this country. He must be dealt with. To kill Luis is to see justice served.
I see. So as he did with the prince, he would make of my city a stepping stone to further heights. A tool to spread the infamy of the humans. You haven't told that story to many, have you? Thank you for trusting me with it.
A rogue never forgets a debt. Even if it takes 3 generations, we'd see it repaid. But neither do we forget a grudge. And Luis will know that soon enough.
So, that's what all this is about. Say, friend, this mission means a lot to you too, doesn't it?
Yes. Of course it does.
You've been carrying a greater weight than I realized. In any case, I owe you my life. And we've both got something we'd fight to protect. Let's save this country. Together. Ideally, once we're out of this cold, of course. I think it's about time we eat. We're almost to the capital, after all. I'd say that's worth celebrating. Finally, we found a ride. Looks like we should make it in time for the funeral after all.
Last time we rode in a public carriage, it was hit by bandits. A pack of Luis zealots too, if I remember. Talk about a nasty surprise.
You've come a ways since then. Any bandits who set on us now are in for a nasty surprise.
Reminds me of the road to the fort. Sitting there in the cart. Never could have imagined you and I would be the only survivors. Strange. How fast life can change.
You okay?
Unfortunately, I'd not had time to put any names to faces. Don't even know the name of the Roussant fellow we talked down.
The last couple days have certainly been eventful. Almost feels like everything we thought we knew about the world was wrong.
Well, plenty of people live their lives without taking a single step outside their city. But we haven't the luxury of ignorance, I suppose.
We're almost to the capital. Quiet now, and stay sharp.
Milady! Welcome back, and thank you for making the trip.
After so long, I am only surprised anyone remained here who yet remembered me.
Surely you jest, milady.
Pay me no mind. I heard of the king's death. The skyline is full of unfamiliar figures. 'Tis a testament to how long I've been away.
It's the Guard that's changed the most. It's just chaos and politics there, arguing over matters of succession. Feels like we've lost sight of who we're even protecting. Not to mention talk of monsters at the border. We've nowhere near enough soldiers to deal with them on top of everything else.
After tomorrow, the city will calm. Once the formality of the funeral is past, a new king will be crowned. After which, I suppose there'll be no further need of a search party. Not many even remember we were searching in the first place.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. One day remains. Escaping the Nord mines, the party hailed a horse-drawn coach and returns now to Grand Trad, capital of Uchronia, the day before the royal funeral. As they gaze upon the city, flags of mourning fluttering in the wind, the magnitude of their mission exacts its toll on the heart.
The fog's rolling in. Rain's the last thing we need.
Can this funeral withstand more misfortune? I've heard they don't have enough soldiers to keep the peace.
Oh, it'll be fine. All the aristocrats are bringing their own personal guards. I imagine boredom's the worst we need to worry about.
Let's not draw attention to ourselves. There's a hostelry tucked at the back of Sunshade Row, the Hushed Honeybee Inn. We'll talk details once we're there. The King's casket has left the castle. The procession will take the main streets to its destination, the Grand Cathedral. I'll have you blend in with the guards posted there. On my mark, you'll create a distraction. Draw Louis's attention.
What, with the soldiers? But our uniforms are...
I had Fabienne patch them up.
In the state they were in? That must have taken all night. Let me see.
Thanks for keeping Maria company yesterday. I'd appreciate if it wasn't the last time.
Don't worry. I'll handle it.
I appreciate it. The girl just has trouble making friends is all. We're gonna split up as soon as we leave. At the Grand Cathedral, we'll pose as guards to cause a commotion. I leave the rest to you.
I'll see to everything here, don't worry.
Papa?
I'll be back tonight. Be a good girl while I'm gone, eh?
Everything will be fine.
Right.
Once we're back, let's all have dinner together.
Yes, please.
Be careful.
See you soon.
Once it's over, we'll regroup back here at night. I'm counting on you.
We'll do our best. Right then. Let's get ourselves ready, then head for the Grand Cathedral.
My, oh my.
Got it? All right.
Lots of lords and nobles. Some generals, too. All the big names are here.
Can you see Grius?
I can pick him out. Although I don't see Luis around.
Look there!
The Gaul! What is this?
Isn't that the flower straight from the king's garden?
And a common-blooded man bearing them to a funeral? Does the man know no shame? That's tantamount to declaring himself royalty! You barbarian!
Your fool of a king is dead! Disillusioned by vain aristocrats and simpering clergy, he withered and died under his own weakness.
The audacity!
How can he say that?
This is madness! At the king's own funeral!
Lord Louis speaks true! The nobles are to blame!
Name the guilty!
But open your eyes, and you will see the crisis in our nation. I will show you truth, the truth of reality. You've all been sheltered, blinded by walls of stone. Behold a human corpse! They are no mere rumor. They lurk and nest across the very land you call home. A fortress at the border was raised by a human mere days ago. How long before we're overrun? You can only blame your king's weakness. And thus, who deserves his crown? A man of proven strength!
How dare you, scoundrel! Your words verge on treason!
Against what ruler, Blue Blood? The dead cannot be betrayed. Let your late king's soul bear witness! Let Louis Squeerburn be named the true and rightful ruler of Uchronia!
Hey, what do we... What's happening?
Such power. It can't be.
The palace!
Could this be the king's own magic?
I am Hythlodius V.
His Majesty?
The people of my land desire a new king, and I shall provide.
Did he just say Hythlodius V? That face, it can't be. His Majesty, the King? How?
He was dead? Why?
Be silent! Let him say his piece.
Heed me, O kingless. Time is finite before my soul departs this benighted world. In 4 moons of life past death, there shall come a reckoning, a day of the hero. Upon that day, whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of kings.
By right of kings? The faith of the citizenry? Truly?
From the lofty heaven shall my unfading soul look down upon thee, and from the whispered hopes of thine anxious hearts shall those to whom thine allegiances lie be laid bare.
What's happening?
I hear thy voices ring out in clarion truth. Here and now witness the faces of those most desired to become king.
It's Vorden.
Count Louise! Count Louise is there too!
They're all candidates.
What glorious spectacle! The mantle of king is mine by right and providence.
You go too far, Luis. We gather to mourn his majesty, and you desecrate it. You would befoul the throne, blackguard.
So be it. Shall we test that? Good people, is Forden truly fit to be king? Or shall you cast off the shackles of blind faith? We need not be chained to birth or trial. In my world, we are a people equal and united. I shall be your shield from the human menace. Together, peace is within our grasp.
When my village burned, the church did nothing. There's no way we can fight those monsters alone.
And those of us in bonds? Will we too be protected?
Don't be fooled! He's not the man you think he is!
Hey, look! Count Luis! He's catching up to Forden!
Can the giant thing really see what we're thinking?
Luis, you've led the people's hearts astray!
No future exists without the power to eliminate the human crisis! Those who stand at my side, who oppose the powers that be, my protection is yours! Or refuse my hand and perish. I will lead us over your corpses.
You mean, just as you killed the king?
A country is heavier than a crown, and he could not bear it. Retribution past due.
You vile...
He cares nothing for the blood on his hands.
Damn you, Luis! You think you truly deserve the crown? You doom us all! I won't stand for it!
Hey, who are you?
Silence him! A Kingslayer deserves only death!
Hey!
Yes, good! You need to go too.
Where's Grius? Alcest?
I shall not suffer the defiance of my people's will. In my name art thou punished.
Punished? Impressive. One of the royal family's dog. Rather poetic, I suppose. See how he has rewarded your loyalty.
No.
I warned you. This is the price of defiance. Though I hadn't expected the king's own magic on my side. So be it. Rally behind me. I will shield you from injustice. Rise above birth and circumstance, for they mean nothing!
Count Luis is our only
What
hope!
choice do we have? He'll kill any against him!
Not much of a choice.
Upon the day of the hero, whosoever has most earned my people's faith shall ascend upon my throne to rule, according to my judgment. Be thou criminal, pauper, or noble, thy claim is decided not by stature or tribe. I shall bear witness. From this heavenly seat I am nigh omnipotent. Look to the faces carved upon this rock, and see thou the faces of the chosen. I shall brook no sabotage or obstruction of this trial. Let all hear me and obey.
Damned!
Hey, Grius! Grius!
Damn it.
Luis!
Alphys.
The sun sets on old fossils. It is a new dawn, and its light shines upon Lord Luis as king.
Stand down!
Damned meddlers. So your wish is to die, is it? Your bones will be monuments to Lord Luis's glory! Ah!
No! He defiles the dead!
Ah, but Lord Luis has sent me here on an important errand.
What errand?
It seems I'll need considerable time to accumulate the Magla. Until it's done, however, I'm afraid I'll have to borrow the cathedral. The day the King's mourning ends will become the day of calamity. If you mean to interfere, then die.
Stand strong! The souls of the dead do not return. He manipulates them as puppets with foul magic!
Brace yourselves, everyone!
Grius. What is this? What the hell is this?
Stroll, get a hold of yourself. We've got company.
Pathetic. Got to stay calm. Calm. Damn it, I can't focus! Sorry about that. I'll be all right.
Here they come. Brace yourselves.
Where'd that man go? Did he take soldiers into the cathedral?
There should be a mausoleum nearby. Could you take his body there?
Yes, right away.
Take care with him, please. He was a dear friend. He gave his all for the king. For the royal bloodline. The least he deserves is dignity in death. My name is Hulkenberg. I have a question for you. That power you wield, it is not something they teach in the army. You are no ordinary soldier.
And you? You're clearly more than a guard captain.
I am a knight in the Crown's service. Commanding the guard is not my station's duty, but... these are dire times.
A knight?
And you pretend at soldiery. But that matter can wait. Alsace seemed to know you.
Who is Alsace?
We'll have time for debate after we apprehend that mage. He's after the royal scepter, I'm sure of it.
The royal scepter?
Please, someone, help! Please help. I've still got family inside.
Did he trap civilians in the cathedral?
Yes, my family, and more.
I don't envy their chances if he finds them helpless.
I am honor bound as a knight to answer their plea. I would ask your aid as well, if you might give it.
Does it not tarnish the Royal Knights to enlist the aid of strangers?
I haven't the luxury of refusing able fighters.
If I turn back here, I'd never be able to face Grius. Any objections, my friend?
None that would stop you, I expect.
You know me so well already. Let's just watch out for those accursed skeletons.
Gotta hurry.
Over here!
No.
I see. Look!
And then...
Onward! Damn it!
However...
Yes.
Hurry!
Look at that!
What's become of this place? Is that Magla? And in a building like this?
It's just like in the abandoned mines.
What was that sound?
Brace yourselves. It's collapsing.
Look! The entrance!
Damn it! Now how are we supposed to get inside?
We'll not be getting in this way. That collapse was no accident. He means to halt our advance. Best to seek another way. And I've a plan to do it.
A plan's more than I have. Right. Lead the way.
Before we go any further, I would have my answers. We must speak of the man Luis executed.
So, were you a friend to Grius?
Yes. I knew him as Alsace. Arvid Alsace. He'd been engaged as a tutor to His Royal Highness, teaching him swordsmanship at the King's behest.
I see.
Yes. Well, it was back when I myself was serving as one of His Highness's personal guards.
You're a personal guard for the Prince?
I was. Now he is lost to me. Which brings me to the heart of my concern. I hope you can give me the answer I seek. Why were you trying to kill Luis?
Well...
Revenge. The assassination is for His Highness. To avenge his death.
Revenge?
Not just for the Prince. Luis killed the King as well.
Alsace was a calculating man. Callous, where softer hearts falter. He was not some wild-eyed revolutionary, driven by petty emotion. Why would such a man sacrifice all in the name of revenge?
Who knows? Is that all you wanted to know, then?
If nothing else, you were friends of Alsace. Once more, I would humbly request your blades at my side.
I'd think you'd find surer allies among the Guard.
You saw for yourself their failings today. A legion may be easily divided. A squad of few elites, however, moves as one. I'll have us into the Grand Cathedral. I know the way. Will you assist me?
Naturally. How about you?
Of course.
Right. Not much point in asking, really.
Oi! Where's the state army?
I can't believe all the mess at the King's funeral. Our country's doomed, isn't it?
Pretty chaotic here.
With good reason. I was there, and even I struggled to grasp the situation.
Oh, you're back. Have you seen Maria?
Maria? She's missing.
She heard the commotion and ran off. She can't have gotten far.
Oi, Fabienne! We found Maria!
Maria!
Don't move her. She suffered a blow to the head.
She must have been caught in the wave of people fleeing. Poor girl.
She's unconscious, but I don't believe it's life-threatening.
Ah, but he'll be along soon, won't he?
He's...
I'm sorry.
I was prepared for the worst, but... Oh.
Damn it. Fabienne is taking care of Maria. Sounds like she'll have to stay put and rest for a while.
Aren't there people still left inside?
Most of the soldiers sent in to help haven't returned. I expect Luis's forces made short work of them. No one's sure if that human's corpse is safe either, so it's just been left to rot.
Underground, there is a mausoleum where the dead are interred. It opens to the Grand Cathedral on the other side.
And we can trust your word, can we? How do we even get into this mausoleum?
There's a gate just beside the recruitment center. We'll make our way in from there.
Right. Let's hurry.
What's going on? We can't get through the door.
Strange as he is, that pale fellow's magic works. Good for rooting out the rats.
That blasted mage set a trap. Not surprising. We knew he was expecting us.
And you still fell for it? At least you'll be in good company.
What? I can't be.
No way.
Alcest.
Alcest, stop it! Don't! Why would you die for revenge of all things? The man I fought beside was not so ruled by anger and malice. Alcest, tell me, please.
Is this the price of my failure, then? The prince, for having lost him, you too would abandon me. Why did you leave me alone in the dark when you escaped with his highness? I have sought him for so many years to no avail. And now, I... Of course. 'Tis only just that you be the one to send me to him now.
Get up! Fight!
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
No! You have it wrong!
The prince is alive!
Hey!
He's right. We do hunt Luis, but not for revenge. We mean to lift the prince's curse.
Is that true? His Highness is... still...
Yes, he lives. So you have to keep fighting!
You mean... if that's true, then I... O lodestar who wanders in solemn duty, O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
You now my new calling, transcending all oaths. I choose life of my own will!
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities become thy light. Thou art the brilliant star that shall illuminate the King's Road. Now, awaken.
My name is Iselin Pacelli Majal Hulkenberg. I am knight, I am commander, and last of the Honor Guard! Once more, I take up arms in my liege's name! Alcest, I will see you freed.
for the liege I am sworn to, in his royal name. With this power, I shall open the way! Alcest, 'tis almost finished.
I'm sensing a huge surge of power. Hang on. It almost seems like the two archetypes are resonating with each other.
Alcest!
His Highness and Maria's home. I leave them in your hands.
We'll do as you ask, friend. I swear it.
Oh. Isn't this crystal just like what we saw in the abandoned mine? It gives me the same nasty feeling. Come on. Let's just destroy it.
First he wakes the dead, and now this bizarre object. This man is dangerous and must be stopped.
You said you were a royal knight, didn't you? Were you there? On the night the prince was attacked?
Yes, though I was the least among the Order then. We saw His Highness afflicted with a horrific curse. But soon after, he mysteriously vanished. Alcest was one of His Highness's closest confidants when he disappeared. I'd wondered if they were both lost to us.
But I could see it when we told you the truth. You believed the prince was alive, didn't you?
I'd left my post to wander the land. A search party, at least in intent. News of the king's demise brought me back. Thence, we met. Now, onward. 'Tis nothing. Let us go.
Don't 'tis nothing me. You took a hard hit early on. Let's head back for now.
But...
We've come this far, so he'll be looking to buy time. It's just as you advised before. We can't rush in if we're to see this through. What say you? We can withdraw for now, right?
Yes. We should head back.
I'll trust your judgment. Homeward, then.
Ah, you're just in time. Maria's awake. She's not hurt too badly, but she's locked up in her room and won't come out. I told her that her father wouldn't be coming home.
So she knows.
Oh, I should say, I found a note in his belongings. Meant for you all, I'm sure. It said, if there's anything left that could serve you, take it. I left his belongings in his room, so you're free to have a look. Now that you're here, I'll go check on her one more time. Try to rest, and I'll be back shortly.
Damn you, Louise.
Can I assume you're still dedicated to the mission?
Mission?
Killing Louise to lift the prince's curse. We've lost a lot already. We can't afford to give up after one failure.
Don't worry. I've no intention of giving up now.
What do you think? Are you going after Louise?
Of course I am.
Yes. Someone has to bring the bastard to justice. You saw what would happen under his rule. We can't just let him doom this country.
Thus do you seek Louise's death? Knowing the truth, may I join your cause? I heard of your trials at the fort, and considering all I've seen and heard, Louise clearly aims to seize the throne. Allow me to lend my blade. Even if we can put the man down, if we can't save the heir to the throne, it would be all for naught. Until the day His Highness, the prince's life is saved. I will fight through all obstacles.
We'd be happy to have you. But are you sure?
It is but another leg on my own long journey, and now I may travel in good company. What say you?
We'd welcome you, gladly.
Truly? Thank you. I shall strive to protect you, as you saved me.
Seems a bit redundant to say after all you've done for us, but we're glad to have you.
Leave it to me. Then let us be bound in both purpose and trust. My life is your shield, and my blade is your strength.
The steadfast vassal, Hulkenberg. Within her dwells